Freedom Week, where we are talking about the mindset, the spirit that you need to have in order to be able to make a lot of money, in order to be able to become rich. And I just want to say a big welcome to those of you who just jumped from Facebook, where we were starting today's episode off on, to now here on YouTube. And just to quickly explain for those of you who weren't on the Facebook episode, so basically what we are starting this week is what we call Freedom Week. And on Freedom Week, I'm going to be talking about everything that I think is going to be useful and beneficial for you to be able to start your freedom lifestyle, which means that you can do what you want to do, be purposeful at it, help people with it, and make a lot of money, and even being able to turn the way how you make money into a passive income stream, which is super, super awesome. And the reason why I very much like to do this is because I personally have, been able to make a lot of money. I am living a freedom lifestyle. I help people every single day. I do things like this for a living, and I just started talking on the Facebook, which, by the way, every single day is going to be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Where on Facebook, I teach things about business, about marketing, about behind the scenes. So I just gave a little studio house tour because this is my house. My studios are in my house. It's also my office. And I basically spoke about how everyone can do this. Doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter which qualifications you do or do not have. Doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account currently. Doesn't matter what type of person you are or for which part of the world you are from. What matters is that you love to help people, that you would love to be purposeful, that you aren't close to the idea of making a lot of money. And what I spoke about just now, and by the way, if you haven't seen that video, then I really highly recommend you guys to, after having watched this video, this live video, and then having jumped with me on Instagram, where every single day I do a live Q&A where you can ask me any question you so desire, to then watch the replay of the Facebook one. Because one of the things that I said right there is that today on here, on YouTube, we're going to talk about the spirit. We're going to talk about how literally your success is, I don't know how you say it in English, but it's within your hand palm. It's like it's grabbable for you, and it all starts with a decision. So on today's episode, I really would like to encourage you to open up your mind to what it is that you want. So let me know in the comments, and I really want to say hi. Super nice to have you guys here. This is great. Oh, this is super, super nice. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know in the comments, what is it that you would wish to create for yourself? And I've got a little remote control, which I really like because I like geeky things and I like to geek out. So just to make it a little bit more personal, right? I want to ask you the question, like, what is it that you envision for yourself when you go to bed and when you think about, oh, I wish my life was like this. I wish I had this in place. Or when you wake up, that you think about, oh man, I have to go to this job. If only I had that, right? What is it? What is that thing to you? Feel free to leave a comment, because especially this week, where every single day I'm going to be doing this for at least a week, maybe more. I said this on Facebook as well. Maybe I'm going to do it longer. But let me know in the comments, because I am very determined to go through all the comments and to see as much as possible how I can help during this week. And the question really is like, what is it that you would wish to create? If it was all up to you, what do you want for your life? Where would you see yourself in the next few years? Because my message for you today is that whatever it is that you want in the name of good, you actually already have, in a way. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you can see it here, if you can visualize it, if you can feel it, then that means that it's already real. It means it's already in existence. It's already out there somewhere. But it's just for you to then make that decision, say, okay, that is mine. But we have to understand it is either exactly that or something even better. And so, why is this very important to mention? Is because sometimes whenever I say, okay, I want to touch that little lamp, I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh no, I'm too far zoomed in. Okay, if I say I want to, okay, let me say I want this remote control. This is my goal in life. So I will take, let's say, so if you guys can see this, let me just use the remote control to zoom out just a little bit. Oh, It can't zoom in, but it cannot zoom out. Ah, there we go. I just have to be more patient. All right, there we go. Now you can see it. Okay, cool. So let's say my goal, based on what I can now oversee. So I'm in my 32nd year of my life, and with everything that I have gone through and everything that I have faced, I can now see that acquiring this remote control is my ultimate desire. This is what I want. So, based on that, I will put it in motion. I will visualize the remote control. I will think about it every day. I might even create a vision board where I put this remote control. I may even have a screenshot on my phone where I see a remote control every single day. I have reminders all around my house that every single time I know, okay, that is what I want. And I will put the motion. I will start the motion. So in my motion, in this very action, I will start moving my hand in that direction. And as I get closer, what I mean to say with you either get what you want or something even better, as I move closer, I now see that next to it, there actually is an iPhone. I wasn't able to see that before because I was here, my view was just like this. But now that I have put the motion, I've started that, that whole process. I start to move myself, I start to take effective action. Then now I'm in a position where I can see it. Now it has come into my field of view. And so now I can say, wait a second, this is actually what I want. And so by means of me moving, I have now attracted an even better future, an even bigger reward. But the problem is that a lot of the time, because of all kinds of negative influences, and my apologies if I say negative, because sometimes negative things can be put out with very positive intention, but it doesn't always have a positive effect. That's why I refer to it as negative influences. For instance, it could be that school hasn't been most beneficial. Maybe underpaid teachers have had such a difficult home situation or financial situation that they come to school and they have that despair, and therefore that despair shows inside of the way how they teach you, and therefore you weren't the most excited, and therefore that has kind of set your perspective on life. And maybe there was not just one teacher like that, but there was a whole group of teachers, or there was like the whole educational system as a whole that hasn't necessarily educated in a way so that you can create abundance. And on top of that, there's mass media that all tells you a certain thing. We learn all these different sayings about money doesn't grow on trees, or money is the root of all evil, and we start to basically take all these things in, even though we didn't produce those thoughts, but they are just imprinted on us. And maybe on top of that, there's a peer group, maybe friends, maybe family. They say things with good intentions, but it doesn't necessarily always come out the most beneficial for you. And so you have a dream, you have something that you want to achieve, but because of all of this, all these different things that are going on, sometimes we forget that what we want matter, and that we can absolutely, like Regan Hillier says, we can absolutely have it all. You can absolutely have it all. But what we now need to do is to make that decision. This is what I spoke about today on a call with one of our amazing students. I'm just going to zoom back in again, um, where we were talking about making that decision, not just saying like, yes, I want to be a millionaire. No, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to show the universe that you really want it. That's not going to, allow abundance to come in. That's not going to make you even believe in it. You have to believe in it. And sometimes it's difficult to believe in something when you're constantly reminded of the opposite. And that is why I'm so excited to have this Freedom Week with you guys, to show you that there is more to life. There is more to you. You are incredibly creative. You're incredibly talented. You are incredibly skillful. And I personally believe that with the right education, with the right guidance, with the right energy and support system, anyone can achieve anything. And so, am I running this Freedom Week, as I explained also on my Facebook, is because we really want to help people. It is very much, yeah, it can really hurt. I'm just gonna say it. It can really hurt to sometimes see things on social media or hear things in the news. And I actually don't watch the news at all, but I hear it via via, as we say in Dutch, like via friends, via different ways, to see that people are struggling and that people are having a hard time to get by. And here I am in my house, just literally every day doing what I love, being able to make a lot of money, being able to help a lot of people. But most people don't realize that you can do this too. And so during this week, I literally want to show you guys behind the scenes, give as much away as I can to make you see that you can do it too. I am no one special. I explained in my Facebook episode that I'm very simple. I love simple things and I don't need much to keep me entertained or to keep me happy. I just like playing, throwing the ball with Faithy makes me most happy. Like these things like that. And so I want to do my very best to make you see that you too can create a freedom lifestyle, the life of your dreams. Because freedom means something different to all of us. Maybe you want to have more freedom financially so that you can do what you want to do, look after your family. Maybe you want to have more freedom of time because you're already making the money, but you're constantly busy. You're constantly stuck in your job or whatever it is that you do. Maybe you want to have more freedom in your own being, freedom of your thought, freedom to believe in yourself, freedom to be confident about yourself. Feel more free in your own space so that you're happy, that you're healthy. Because one of the most detrimental things to see as well, and to actually also have experienced myself, for especially those of you who know that earlier this year I've gone through a number of health things, which touch wood were not severe, but they were enough to give me a wake up call that it's important to live a balanced life. That it's important to do as much as I can to live a stress free life. But you deserve the same. And that is why Freedom Week is here, where I'm going to share with you as much as I can. And after this, we're going to jump on Instagram. So you can ask any question that you may have so that we can help more people. And on the line of this as well, for those of you who've maybe seen the description, we are also giving out more scholarships. And what that basically means is that we have the Freedom Lifestyle Creator Certification Program, where we literally guide people through the whole process, step by step, mouse click by mouse click, like literally anything that is necessary for you to be able to launch or scale your online automated business based on something that you love and that helps people. Everything is guided and there's lifetime access to the content, there's lifetime access to the group, the community, and all that. So if you feel inspired in any way and you would like to be, considered for such a scholarship, then by all means check out the page. It explains everything in full. Literally everything is outlined in there, and also how the process works. And my amazing, amazing, amazing core family, as I call our tribe, that we have our FLC family, which is our whole extended family of hundreds of entrepreneurs all around the world, with which we provide this education and just support everyone in there. We have our core family, which is the amazing entrepreneurs that are leading this ship, that are teaching people, that are supporting people, that are just the most incredible entrepreneurs to work with. So the core family will be the one to have these calls with you, to be able to ask you a few questions and see what they can do for you in order to help and support you. So if you feel inspired by this, feel free to check it out. So that's just one other thing that I wanted to mention. But let's get back to the point of today's episode. What I really want you to realize is that whether it is money, whether it is freedom in time, whether it is freedom in your mind, in your health, in your happiness, all of these things are things that depend on your decision today. So, watching this right now with me live or on the replay, I want you to take a moment for yourself and say, I decide today. And I want you to comment it below. Leave a comment below. Say, I decide today. Make that public declaration, whether it's in writing, whether it is actually you saying it out loud. Maybe you feel inspired and you want to go live after this episode. But by all means, decide. Make that decision for yourself, because sometimes we don't realize it, but making that decision now for yourself will put the things in motion. It is you reaching for that remote control so that in due time, whether it's 1 day from now, whether it's a week from now, whether it's a month from now, you can see, wait a second, I didn't see this before. I don't know if you guys can still see it, but there's this one, the first goal, and this is the second goal that I couldn't see before. And that's what is important. What I wish to realize over this week is for you to become a believer in you, a believer in that anything, whatever freedom means to you, you can acquire. You can, but you just have to make that decision. And when you have made that decision right now with me here, then the next thing is to make the motion. So the first step is to decide. The second step is to keep that momentum going. So what are you going to do? How are you going to start that process? How do you create that indisturbable spirit? And one of the tips that I want to give you today and tomorrow and all the other days of the Freedom Week, we'll talk about it more. But one of the tips that I want to give you today is to make what you are visualizing real for yourself, whether that is by creating a vision board. I personally have a little vision board on the background of my laptop where I can see some of the things that I would like to create for myself. I have reminders on my phone. I have something on the background of my phone. I have the alarms that go off that in words say what I wish to do. I want you to set those reminders for yourself as well. There's a super powerful book by Brennan Burchard, which I absolutely love. It's called High Performance. It's called High Performance Habits, I believe. High Performance Habits, I think so, or Peak Performance Habits. No, I think High Performance Habits by Brennan Burchard. Absolutely amazing. I highly recommend that book. And in there, he talks about these reminders and how that can really help. Because the more you see it, the more you visualize it, the more it becomes part of your everyday, the more real it becomes. And when you set yourself a goal and you really can feel that it's real because it's part of your everyday, then it becomes more believable, more achievable, more real with every step. Because if I look at this right now and I have these two items, if I think, okay, this item I want to grab, it's a very easy. It's not nothing in my mind that thinks me out of it. That can say, oh, but what if I do this and I can't reach for it? It's very, very, very normal. It's very real. It's just like, oh, I just do this and boom, I have it. But the same holds for your future. It might not be such a physical exercise, but the principle is the same. So start today by first making the decision I will create my future by my design with my freedom. I'll make that decision today. And then next, start putting all these reminders around you so that it becomes very real. And if you keep on being reminded of it and you keep on picturing that at as many moments of the day as you can, then that will instill that undisturbable spirit that you need in order to create it and make it real with every single day. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions right now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump on Instagram Live. And on Instagram Live, I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you may have and to further support you during this week of freedom. And if you are watching this video last, which sometimes can happen if you first jump on Instagram, then on Facebook, and then on YouTube, whichever follower that you do it, then I very much look forward to see you tomorrow on day number 2 of Freedom Week. Lets me to say I love you all very, very much, and I see you on Instagram right now. Bye!